buddy. All right. We're going fishing. This big beast. 7.5 inch weight bait. That's awesome.
Wait, you're gonna head up.
Huh?
You're gonna head up.
Is that everything?
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, son. I appreciate it. Always do. I gotta get me wire in some of these. Bare wire. It's not put these on there. Broke off. Okay, got that. Cables on. Where is it? There. I have the power cable. Got it good. Morning. Morning, how you doing? Well, thank you. Late start, but there's still be out there. Oh, there's plenty out there. The bass are hitting top water. Yeah, so I'm a happy man. Fit the one bait. There's that. All right, guys, we're shoving off. Yeah.
Is it bad at fishing?
Terrible at fishing.
Oh yeah, terrible.
I'm pretty bad at it too. I'll tell you, all you have to do is Google this lake and you'll get me. Nobody else fishes it as much as I do. And so I'm a bass fisherman in trout country. So, but I got some new baits. I painted. We're ready. Look at this baby. 7.5-inch wake bait. And then, oh, I need this guy. Yeah, and then I got this new craw that I painted. Look at that baby. Oh, how cool is that one? That's super cool. So we're gonna fit this rod with that. The bass are hitting really good right now on top water, but I think that craw will get one. Got wrapped up a bit here. Yes, I work the edges. And that's where the bass are. And I mean, right behind you, along that shoreline, smallmouth and largemouth. Oh yeah, you cast over there. And if you got something topwater-ish, there you go. That's what that's what you want. And they'll hit it. Yep. I bet you I can catch one. I can catch one in a few minutes, just right here. It is a lot of fun. Nothing better than a topwater hit. They're the best. All right, let's tie you up. Yeah, you got smallmouths to your left along the rocky bottom. They're the best fighters. Huh? Just a small finesse topwater. It could be a whopper plopper. It could be a wake bait. No, frog's going to be too big for a smallie. But you got something like a wake bait or a whopper plopper, or even maybe even a spook would work really well too. Yeah, toss it straight forward. The largemouth are right out here. The largemouth will hit your spook. We gotta try this crawl though, because it's just too pretty. Gotta try this crawl. All right, guys, we're almost ready. We're almost ready. Almost ready. Cut the tag off. We're good to go. All right, we're gonna go with a medium light. With my bait caster. This is 4-pound test. So we are in. We are in. All right, we should have some largemouth over here in this little bay here. So let's see if we can get something over here. That's my craw. I gotta look at it. Jerk's really good. Real slow retrieve on this. Real slow retrieve. Always analyze your baits to know what they're going to do and how to retrieve them. It's a really slow retrieve. But we're going to just work this really slow. Hopefully, yeah. Yep, there it is. Looks good at this rate of speed. So we do have craws in this lake, but not very many. Sorry guys, I'm not in frame. We'll cast it out there. You should have some largemouth right out there. Man, it's good. Let's see if we can get something out here. Let's see. Let me see if this crawl works. Yeah, work that top. Oh, there he goes. One's chasing it. All right, let's see if we'll do some tugging on it. We'll see if that gives that pause enough for them to hit it. One thing about a brand new bait, you got to learn it. See what the fish want. We had a largemouth follow it straight up to the boat. Let's see what happens. Do some pausing and reel it in really slow. I'm watching his top water. It's a good top. I'm going to reel it in just a tad bit faster and hope for a reaction strike. We can't make it outmaneuver. The speed's got to match its action. We're just going a little bit faster here. Man, it sure does look good in the water though, guys. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Brand new bait. Brand new bait. It'll be interesting if we get a smallie on this. We should hit the smallmouth beaches right now before the swimmers get out there. So we're going to pull this in. We're going to go to the smallmouth beaches before the swimmers get there. I want to see if a smallie will hit it. And in the meantime, we are going to troll my 7.5 inch new wake bait. Look at that baby. We're going to troll this baby. I haven't seen this one in the water yet, so this is a massive bait. You guys know I've just painted it. So I went with a pearl belly and sort of obviously a fade into a dark green onto the back, and then blood. That little flash of red, I mean, making it look like blood is for for the purchaser. But that flash of red really does help. It's like having a false eye. Let's see what it looks like. We need to see what speed I control it at. Usually big baits do not leave a lot of space. So uh-oh. Oh, we're gonna have to redo this. I messed up. The line is not through the eyes correctly. So I'm gonna have to do this again. Where's the tighten her up too? I'm gonna use this on a bait this heavy. I'm not going to cast it because it's a little too heavy for this rod, but we're going to sort of like troll it behind us, let it pull itself out. So hopefully by the time we get to the end of my length, we'll have a fish. There's a 7.5 inch beefcake, and if I catch anything, it will be significant. I think I will catch something. Why else would I do it? You know, I mean, every bait I paint, you guys know, I feel really good about. So we're just going to. Well, I bought a cup holder too at an auto store, AutoZone, yesterday. We're gonna put a Palomar knot on this. No, we're not, because you can't. It's just too big. I don't know if I could loop it through the hole. I have to use a lot of string. Let's do a Palomar knot. And really is a great knot, but it's going to use cut a big leak tagline off of it. Do a big loop. All right. Need a bigger loop than that. Come on, you can do it. You can. Oh, yeah, there we go. He's coming through. He's coming through the loop. It's a big bait. Big bait. So I get in trouble this morning because I told kids that they could fish from the dock before and after they close the marina. Now, I always let kids do it when I was working, especially when I closed. They'd line up like kids in Disneyland. They were so excited. It was just something that, you could do without affecting business. Anyway, the owners don't like that. So I get in trouble because I told kids, and the kids are telling, well, Mike Rapino said. So, all right, let's go with the biggest topwater lure I've ever used. We're going to run this thing out. Oh my goodness. Oh, I took so much line off on this one. There's no line left on it. Because this is that Cast King line, which is about as bad as you could possibly make. and it kept fouling on me yesterday. So we're gonna have to switch rods and be a little bit more careful on retrieve because this is 40-pound test. We're gonna have to put it in on 20-pound test. And that's what we're gonna have to do. Because casting line sucks. They hate it when I say that too. But they got rid of me as a influencer because I said that. Well, not that bluntly, but it does. I can't tell you guys something's good when it's not. I mean, I only put it on that rod the other day because like 20-pound on a medium rod. That's with the reels. Does it on the medium heavy rod, but this is Power Pro line. It's actually much better. Buy Power Pro line. Do not buy casting fishing line. Casting fishing line is the worst money can buy, I think. It breaks. It casts poorly. When I was an influencer for him, you know, and a brand ambassador. All right, so we're pulling my biggest swim bait, top water behind me right now. It is a beast. Oh, it looks really good in the water too, guys. Looks really good in the water. It's making a really good splash right now. We're only going 1.5 miles an hour. If that doesn't get a fish's attention, nothing will, but it'll have to be a big fish. And I won't cast it with this rod. Not that much, but I might toss it out there, but I'm not going to cast it. This rod's really not built for that. Understanding your rod is important. Sunglasses on. Get that sun reflecting off of the lake. It is a pretty casual bait, man. We're just going to take it over here to where the smallies are, which is on the other side of the lodge dock, and we're going to try we're going to try that craw. I want to see if that craw will catch a smallie. Uh, if anything, topwater will. I think a smallie will hit it. Good looking bait, but it does dive, 6 to 9 feet, which is deeper than smallies are. Smallies are in 3 feet of water right now, just off their spawn. You have to reel it in real slow and work the water column very daintily. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. It's giving the perfect wake behind it too. Should we go smallies? No, we're gonna go largemouth. So we're gonna do a big U-turn here. And we're going to go back in Rainbow Bay where there's largemouth. That's what we're going to do. Whenever you do it, you got to go, especially if you're trolling your U-turns, really slow, really wide. I increase speed just a little bit in order to pull up the slack. Wait for a big one. Now, with this bait, I would expect to get a personal best. My personal best is only 4 pounds in a largemouth bass. Now, I've caught bigger fish, just not in largemouth. So this lake's got a lot of bass over 4 pounds in it, and some double digits. But we're going to, you know, still need to straighten this out a bit. We're going to come back over here. We're going to go back out to Rainbow Bay. And it looks really, really good, guys. That big, all right. All right, we're kind of hidden straight now. Just waiting for my bait to come behind the boat. Not. It's off my port side. And slow it down and get it to a workable speed. You guys can't see it. It's pretty far behind me, but we're going to go back over the vegetation, which is where the largemouth is. And right now we're over rocks. This is more smallmouth area. I don't think a smallie is going to hit a bait this big, but it might be a big one. My best smallie is 3.5 pounds. So, and that's a beast for a smallmouth. 3.5 pounds. So, to save money, I microwaved a burrito and wrapped it in foil. That's my lunch. You always just drink water for. Man, that's a beautiful bait back there, guys. See, another nice thing about wake baits do not require skill. They really don't. I mean, just understand the speed of the bait and just reel it in. I mean, you could pop it if you want or something like that, but you don't. I have to watch also with this bait out there, the ospreys and the bald eagles will dive down on it. And the last thing I want to do is catch a bald eagle or an osprey. So there's a ton of ospreys at this lake and a few bald eagles. And so while they're flying over, they would actually see that and dive down on it and grab it. Then I'd have to reel that stupid bird in and unhook it. And I don't want to do that. That is the problem about topwater fishing, is catching birds. Because birds will hit your top water. Will they will. And you gotta look up. You gotta look up and make sure you don't catch a bird, especially an eagle, because they bite and claw you. Oh, the one we saved last year did not do that. So we are over vegetation, but 25-foot depth. We hit the drop off on accident. That's all right. Drop off sort of has a little peninsula here. It's a great spot for fishing. So there's trout down there. And I'm not fishing for trout. I don't fish for trout on purpose for the most part. And now the bottom's coming back up. Like I said, there's like a divot right here between these two pylons. It's actually a great spot to trout fish if you're at Lake of the Woods. So we're going over the deep spot now, coming up to the ascension. Be a good spot for a bass. I haven't seen a wake behind it yet. A lot of times you'll see a wake behind it, like a shark, right before it hits. Try a little faster. I want to see if I can get a splash. Problem with between 2 and 3, it's diving. I don't want it to dive. I don't want it to stand. We'll slow it down again. Get it back up to surface. There it is. And again, this will dive. This bait will dive 2 feet or so underneath the water. But I want to say, as we go into Rainbow Bay here, Rainbow Bay is about 10 feet deep all the way across. It's a big flat land with vegetation, which is awesome for the bass. So, so we are at 10 feet right now. Vicinity, it's just the way it is. And we're going to go out here, make a slight turn to starboard, and we are going to work this plateau all the way across practically. Usually there's a pretty decent bass down here. Could sort of make our ways to the lily pads, but we're not, I really didn't plan on lily pad fishing today. Really want to see a blow up on this bait. I could see a 2-pounder hitting this bait, maybe a 3. Being about as small as a realistic fish, because you need to have a good on up would hit this bait, which narrows down our fishing a little bit. If I throw a smaller bait, we can catch a smaller largemouth rather quickly. Today really is all about two baits. The story of two baits. This massive swim bait, or topwater wake bait, and my craw. Cast out the craw, but I think I'm going too fast for a craw. That craw. We're at 11 feet, 10 feet. So, yeah, like I said, it's pretty much 10 feet or so all the way across. Although the lake's got a little bit more water this year, so it's 11 feet. But blow up. Waiting for what's called a blow up, which is where a fish breaks the surface. Could test it out with smaller hooks. I like this size hook. think the trick is going to be a few little tugs on it. As you bring it in, really slow. Put a few tugs on it. And again, real slow, and get it to, flail in the middle of the water with those arms on it. Let's see, fish below me. So we're going to move just a little bit. See if I can't find a few more fish out here. Perch right there. Come out a little farther. See if we can't find a few more of size, I would hope. This bait's not against catching, a bigger fish. It's just, what I could do too is put a smaller hook up front, up near its butt, and then leave the bigger hook on the back, on the nose. Put two different size hooks on it. And we could do that in order to keep that back hook or the forward hook from catching with the arm. Few fish right there. So let's see if we can't get their attention. They don't look big though. Sometimes big ones hide in the grass. So you never know. Big bush. Oh no, we're a big bush right now. Really looks good in the water though. I will tell you that. There's no reason why a person couldn't have a good day fishing with just this bait. Again, very slow retrieve. Couple twitches. You might pause it a little bit. Water right now, so not bad. Especially this will dive 6 feet or so, like the middle of the water, and that's where I'm seeing the fish at 6 feet. So, just want to find a bigger one, bigger fish, not these fingerlings. The babies. Over here, there's a edge, I guess you would call it. It's like a line of vegetation. And again, we're using this new craw that I just painted. So that's the craw. It's a definite multi-jointed craw. Each arm is its own joint, the claw on it. And I'm seeing smaller fish. So 14, 15 feet, and this little valley right there. I'm gonna stop here for a sec. Cast out too much side. And see if I can get anything on this. It's a very small drop off. We'll see. We'll see, said the what I got on this? Nothing. Oh, that's that one. The trash. Okay, good. Some child's unhappy. You know, I have a funny feeling today. Have you ever had one of those funny feelings that it's not a good feeling? I don't like being yelled at. I'm not into that. Plus, you know, let the children fish. You know, I kind of look at bigger pictures when instead rules are made for jerks. You know, if you have a jerk, customer, you enforce the rule. But you don't enforce rules on good customers. You let them have their way, pretty much, within reason, of course. Hook. It probably will have to go with a smaller hook there. Uh, you didn't have to enforce rules on the good customers. Return policies on those that like to return a lot of stuff like that. And that's the big picture. You keep the good people and you filter out the bad people in business. Rules are made the way it is. Now, unfortunately, with employees, you really can't do that because you got to have a level playing field. Um, and so you really can't. So you really can't do that with kids. But when it comes to customers, absolutely. And that's the big picture. It's just the big. You've got to see it. People just got to relax. Let kids fish from the docks when you're not using the docks. I mean, they're just jigging for the crappie and the perch. That's all they're doing. So I don't know. I just letting it get to me, and I don't let it get to you. Of course, well, I'm glad I don't work anymore. I still get yelled at. I hate being yelled at. Let's troll the big beast. Over its vegetation. Let's see what I could have sworn I pulled 5 rods. Well, I did. Okay. Go figure. Go figure. Drag this guy behind. I know there's a good sized bass in this bay. We could just troll it all day and hope for one. That's kind of what we're going to do. I keep an eye on it, make sure that tail, the fish stays on surface and the tail's splashing. And that's another nice thing about this design. Um, it the tail swims so radically that it splashes. It's a very realistic look up on top. Oop, that was a small explosion. Just a small fish came up to it. He didn't have a shot. He was just a small largemouth. We'll see how aggressive these small largemouths are. Yeah, if I had that rod properly done, I would have cast it. But because we're using this rod and reel and line, then we're just going to troll it. Check my. Okay. Always check your drag. Make sure it's tight, but not too tight, especially on something this big. You want to be able to set that hook without breaking your line. This is a 20-pound Power Pro braid. Pretty light for this, but preferably 40 or 50-pound would be better for this. But we are going to go this way a little bit. I'll make a big circle in Rainbow Bay here. And we're not going to work the lily pads this morning. Somebody's over there working them though. Kayaker. Hopefully you'll have success. I had one blow up on it yesterday. Just keeping an eye on it. Oh, there's a small little spot. Some smaller bass right here. There's a so. Let's see what happens when we go across him. It might be a pound and a half. He might be big enough to want it. There. Sometimes they'll chase it for a bit. Analyzing it. Oh, It's good vegetation here. You can see the bottom. 10 feet deep. Where there's grass, there's bass. Start doing a circle here. I really want to get there. It's a good sized bass. Tall vegetation tree under there. Not really a tree, just tall. Oh, look at that. It's really good. We're going to go over this. I mean, there's things, I mean, when you use a fish finder, you're basically looking at, you know, more than just fish. You're looking at the topography and the ecosystem below you. Because again, fish hide. Fish. Doing a turn right now. A little baby broke surface there. Make my way over the corner. Wondering if that's a fisherman, probably. Sit right on top of the area I want to be. That's area. Tons of fish. Tons of fish. This is a little divot in the middle of this bay right here. It's only 11 feet or so instead of 9 feet. And a lot of times the trout like to sort of like pool right here. School pool, whatever. Sorry, guys. Just saw that he faded out. The osprey. I mean, you gotta really keep an eye on these eagles. They will dive. You gotta reel it in really fast, which is which is a very difficult thing to do on a big wake bait, is to reel it in fast. I mean, the birds are much faster. We're going to stop here. There's good vegetation right here. And we're going to pull this in and we're going to try that craw again. This is a good spot. Probably pick up some, some weeds, as this thing makes its way through the craw. Good to work this one. This one will change directions, which is really nice on a tug. Really splash. It's going to be a better casting lure. I know it's big, huh? That is a big thing. This is that line of vegetation I told you about earlier. Yeah, maybe a smaller hook. Toss this out there. I don't know. there's a lot of vegetation that's tall under here. And this is diving, 6 feet or so. And so it might feel the vegetation. I want to see if it'll work its way through it. If you go slow enough, a bait will work its way through it. There, it did. And you just got to go real. Oh, there was a small bass that was chased it. There's bass in this. If you go through a lot of vegetation with a crankbait, go real slow. If you can, some cranks can't go slow. They're fast cranks, and they'll work their way through it. A little finger. Crank it up just a little bit. Quarter turn faster. See if I can get it through the vegetation. You play with a new bait. You just play with it. Get used to it. Drifting forest. Really is a very good looking bait in the water. Probably buying more of these. All right. I'm gonna go over here. There's more over here. So check this out. All these fingerlings are jumping up. Typically, there's a baby. Well, let's see if we can get Mama or Papa. Be interesting. Let's try a little faster. Well, double my retrieve speed. We're going to get it to dive. So we'll go slow. I'm going to just reel it in at double my retrieve, which isn't fast, by the way. I've been reeling in really slow. I want to get those arms clacking, clicking, along the body. Always check your drag once in a while. Sometimes I make it a little too tight. This is 4 pound test, so yeah, it swims sideways, when I do it at that speed. So we're going to have to sort of find sort of a happy medium. Go over here. There's a spot over here by the shoreline and that boat over there that I like, and it's a rather shallow. That's fine. I am seeing some small bass under here, but nothing big. I'm gonna come over. Oh, there's some good vegetation right here. You see a big, stalk of weeds under there. You kind of want to fish it. Just don't know what's hiding. You see a lot of that in this bay. This thing goes down to about 7. Look, there's a little largemouth that followed it. Just a little baby. Really get something bigger. So we're gonna come over here to the spot that I like. And no, this first. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, well, I'm testing 2 new lures that I painted. So little crawdad one, and so he's only caught a little thing so far. Yeah, no, you there. This is a good spot, and I have a 7.5 inch bait here that I painted, so I want to give that a shot too. Largemouth. Well, you're seeing largemouth bass. That's what you see in this bay mostly. Yeah, they just got done spawning, so you see a lot of babies. There's another lake where the smallmouths just finished. So they got tons of baby smallmouth bass. It is. We have it's about 4. Yeah, I do see some nice bass down here. So they're only like 1 or 2 pounders, but this bait ought to get them. I am seeing some reasonable bass. Yeah, I'm gonna have to design this one with a smaller hook up front. Smaller hook up front. Let's see if we can. I always catch and release, so you never have to worry. They hit it, and I kiss them and put them back. This particular, and it'll go down 8 feet. Now these bass right now, they're really not interested in something on the bottom because the water's so warm. So they like to hit something up on the surface. And this is my other bait. See how big that thing is? And we put that. So this guy, he stays on top of the water and he just swims like it's a dying fish. And it's such a big bait that only about a 2 pound plus largemouth is going to come up and hit it. I had a few small ones try to hit it earlier, but their eyes were bigger than their stomach. Yeah, and but that's what this guy does. And these are my new baits that I paint my own baits. So I just so I come out here and I give them a shot. I could catch these with baits I already painted, but I really want to catch something on these too. So this is like a $50 bait. If I was to that one, this is like a $50 bait. Yeah.
It's not this make that work.
You only need one to make it worth it. And you only need one. See these other ones, water's 69 degrees right now, which is warm for a largemouth. It'll get to about 73 today. People see me pulling this thing, they probably think I caught a fish. But this little guy, this will catch one. This is what we call a whopper plopper. And all he does is got a little propeller on him, and the fish jump out of the water on him. Watch. The little propeller behind him, and he just splashes. There's a lot. Topwater fishing is the most fun to fish. And he just makes a little motorboat sound.
So all you do is just keep casting that out.
Yeah, and then the big one. Big one's what we call a wake bait. Yeah. But this is such a small lure. You'll only catch small ones for the most part. There's a lot of small ones down here. I see a couple 1-pounders. Yeah, those are 1-pounders. Yeah.
It's so hard to tell looking down the water.
Yeah, and the water makes them look bigger than they really are.
Oh.
It is a
Well, they look
magnifier.
bigger.
He, he put a wake bait on you. Sometimes if you get small fish to bite, and when there's a feeding frenzy, it excites the water, the population. And so you catch a few small ones, and the big ones will start hitting. They get excited because I mean, every time a fish hits, it makes an audible sound. It's more like a clicking sound. And they, I love watching them. I throw that big one out there. I have to watch for the osprey. I've caught a couple birds before, and it's no fun to remove the hook from them. He just flew off the boat. So
Was that here?
yeah, it was here.
Yeah, because there's just a pair here.
Oh, ospreys?
Yeah.
Oh, there's about 15 of them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I've seen 3 different bald eagles, but they're always in pairs, so I'm sure there's a fourth. Um, but there's a lot of ospreys at this lake.
Huh?
A lot of ospreys. They're my favorite fish eagle. They're beautiful birds. I love fish eagles. But the osprey's the prettiest out of the 3. I mean, you got the American, the bald, and the osprey, and the other 2 are bigger, but the osprey's prettier. She's got so much more color.
So you have a cabin or house here? Or?
No, I live in Klamath. I
Oh,
retired from the resort. I used to work here. I retired, and my son is a dishwasher in the lodge at the moment. So I bring him to work, and while he's working, I come out here and fish.
so I can't imagine it's very good middle of the day though.
It dies down about 10:30. The fishing. Best time is right at sunup. I'll catch 30 right from between 5 and 7 a.m. And yep, I think we're drifting, aren't we? Yeah, we are. But yeah, first thing in the morning's always the best.
Yeah.
And then evenings at just around sunset, because you can fish. There's just a massive fish. He got put back. Somebody else can catch him. Couple small. A lot of these bass are right along that shoreline. Let's catch some small ones, see if we can't get the bite on. Get the bait. Get closer to shore. Get closer to shore. Perfect. This shore. Probably some smallmouths over here. Guys, drop shotting it. Right along the banks there. Lily pad line. Try lily pad. You know, put a that one rod will work my top water baits. All of them. Give it a shot. We're over here. Let's give some hollow bodies some shots. Oh, we're gonna take the big boy off. Take the big boy off. We'll put a hollow body on it. So we're going to a toad thumper. Toad thumper is probably the best hollow body I've ever run across. And their hooks are actually molded into their bodies. And the plastic, the rubber's really, really soft on it. So this is a popper. They make two different kinds, a popper and a walk bait, just like most companies. And then toss that right. We're going to toss it a lot farther into it than that. So we're going to pull this and we're going to put this thing right on top of the lily pads. Ain't nothing more fun than lily pad fishing because, well, it's just fun to see the blow up. You know, sometimes when it lands, the bass will hit it. And the trick is that there's a rhythm to lily pad fishing. The rhythm is to delay your instinct to set the hook by about 1 second. And if you delay about 1 second, it gives the bass time to swallow it and dive with it. That 1 second means everything to successful lily pad fishing. Now, it's a popper, so you just sort of pop it. I did see a blow up in the middle there. So we're going to try to cast it over to that blow up. Way out there, and I didn't make it. Not even close. We are going to have to loosen that and just get more of a slack on it. I was getting some blow ups a little farther around the bend here yesterday. So let's loosen that. Okay, we're really loose. Almost a free reel. We still didn't get a good cast. It's not my topwater rod. My topwater rod is the one that we've retired for the day. You want a 40-pound test when you do something like this. This is a 20-pound test. So I'm seeing some blow-ups right along the weed line there. You know, the grass, those tall reeds. It's right there. There. We might be close to it. We might go around because I don't usually fish from this angle over on these lily pads. And I want to get away from this gentleman. And I think if I go over to yeah, we're gonna go around. I want to get around up to that bend, sort of the oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, we missed him. So your instinct is just to set that hook. You can't set the hook right away. Get a nice blow up right there. We need to not get excited. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Just let him swallow. A little more action over here today. That wasn't a big bass. That was about a 1 pounder that broke surface on us. So it wasn't a real big one, but I'm going to go around this gentleman and we're going to head over to the other side of this lily pad area. Anyway, on the motor, it's a little battled up with all of it. We're going to go around here. He's working the perimeter with a drop shot. So, which is a great way to fish lily pads. It's just off the border line, and using a drop shot works really, really well. You're able to control the depth of your worm. But the water's at 69.5 degrees right now. And well, heck, we just want top water, don't we? Because top water's fun. Catching fish is fun, period. Oh, it's fun to see them break it. We're gonna come over here on the other side of him, let him, and always when you, sort of a courtesy, sort of a look to see where people are casting and don't overlap their cast with yours. He's working the perimeter, so we're going to work the middle, and I've done that successfully. But again, ain't nothing more fun than watching a bass break surface. Ain't nothing more fun than that. Seeing the bite from beginning to end is just exciting. Fun to see the sunglasses on, sun reflection, something else right now. Now people will ask, different color frogs or whatever like that. I love poppers more than walkers, but I like them both. Um, the Toad Thumper brand is probably the best I've ever run across. Sometimes switch up colors helps because bass are smart. They will learn what's a trap. That's why, trout fishing, trout are stupid fish. They'll hit anything that goes by them a million times. So I guess trout fishing is cheaper, to be honest. You don't have to buy much bait, power bait and worms, couple couple rooster tails maybe. catch the same bass twice the same. They are smart. Why bass fishing is more fun, because each bass feels like an accomplishment. We're going to switch up the colors. We're going to go to a black walking frog now. Now, the black one works, I don't know why it works better, but I mean, it can't, I mean, got a lot of stuff on it. But it works really, really good. Here he is. It's got sort of a chartreuse lining, outline on them. So you can see it. It works really good. This is a walking bait, so this one walks like a spook. You're going to walk them on top of the lily pads like you would a spook on open water, and he just sort of goes back and forth without a whole lot of splashing like the pop. This. Where I want to be. One thing about people with bass boats, no offense to those that are cool, they figure if they got a bass boat, they have priority. He's got stuff. Perch followed it. A perch followed that. I love when people start telling their fish stories. Well, exaggeration is part of fishing. Seem to like the pots. I'm seeing him down there. I'm gonna come on, get there he is. He's still on himself. Multi-jointed baits is what happens. Okay, so we're just gonna do some pausing. We'll just let it sit for a second. Move it, sit. And hope on the pause. Yep, there's one chasing it. Couldn't tell what it was though. All right, we're gonna go back to my walking bait, my wake bait. Gotta put him on my heavy. It's not a heavy rod, it's heavier. It's a medium rod. I know. You guys will probably get mad at me if I lose them because my rod, but I had to retire my medium heavy, which is really the stiff rod that I wanted to put them on, but it's just the way it is today because I don't have another medium heavy or heavy. I used to have an extra heavy rod. It's in the middle of the lake somewhere. All right, we're going to just sort of pull him, let him drag behind me for a bit. Let him out. Just called casting the lazy way. And we're going to pull them behind us and see what we can do about this vegetation. Good morning. Sunglasses on. This is my new one. This is a 7.5-inch wake bait. Really looks good. Really, 7.5 inches. Really nailing it. I think it's my biggest bait. Might have an 8-inch, but I think it's my biggest bait. Oh, there was a blow up. Little guy though. He didn't know what to do with it. This little. Need something bigger than that. I want to catch something with him. We'll go around the bend here. Little blow up. Little guys are interested in it. The signal. Oh no! All right, so there we go. We got him on the big guy. Got him on the big guy, guys. Oh, I'm trying to get one of those hooks in me. Come on. All right, there we go. So we're going to do a quick weigh in on him on my scale. Let's put a lip gripper on him so we can get him back in the water. That looks really good. All right, here we go. Let's get that on. And we are at, really? Really? Oh, it's kilograms. All right. Pounds. We're at 1.65, 1.65. So not a bad one. So really, really, really nice. So very cool. That fun. All right, let's get you back in the water, baby. All right, you got some feist on you. A little bit of feistiness. There he goes. Booyah! 1.65 pounder. Really thought he was a lot bigger, but then again, a little rusty on that. So. Awesome. The monster bait works. So awesome. Ah! I had him out and then he went back into the net. It is a rubber coated net, so it's better than a non-rubber coated, that's for sure. But it got sort of in there, didn't it? It does narrow down what you catch. Come on. But boy, that was fun, wasn't it? I don't know if you saw much of the fight, but it's fun. Just trying to peel this net off of this. I'm almost there. There we go. All right. I got a knot around. There it goes. Good. All right, we're good. That was awesome, guys. We caught one on the biggie. We caught one on the biggie. It is the biggest lure I've ever caught a fish on. 1 3/4 pounder. So we're happy with that so far. And we're shooting for a personal best, which is over 4 pounds. That's what we're shooting for. I was a little disappointed, but it was on kilograms. It really is a very good wake bait. I have to get a screenshot of that. 1.65 pounds. Well, there you go. 2 new baits. We've caught 1 fish on each one of them so far. The big one, 1.65 pounder, and the little guy, a dink. But nonetheless, it's a fish. We're going to keep working this because I really want to catch another big one. We're going for quality today and breaking into new. Oh, there we go. We got another one. We got another one. Not a big one though. I'm surfing them in. This guy maybe a pound. All right, there he is. Yeah, not even. He's just got eyes bigger than his stomach. Let me work it. Let me work it. Good hooks. Just gotta remove it. One prong at a time. I have a learning video on how to remove hooks. So it's right through his tongue. There he goes. All right, so there he goes. Mwah. Grow up. Well, I didn't think I was going to catch a half pounder on this, but it is possible to catch a half pound fish on that. Okay, we're going to let it go out. And then, okay, here we go again. Here we go again. Come a little closer to shore here. 7-foot area here. Boat coming at me. I don't know what he's doing. Stay away from the bait. Big bait. I don't want to stuck in his motor. What's he doing? Sometimes the motor's cavitation creates excitement in the fish. Oh, there we go. Another one. Man. Smaller one. Yeah. Not even a half pound. Let me get you out of there. Oh. All right, there you go. Come up here again. When you work this, I guess fish, I don't want to cross their lines. Oh, we're gonna let that out. So 3 on this big bait. Gotta love big baits. A beach. All right, we're back to trolling it. I love Brett. You know, I don't know if you guys tonight, you may not be able to see them bust surface. We are doing well with this monster bait. Fishing over here. Where does he fish over here? Now I will. Good paint job. It's working. Good looking bait. Good action to it. Good fish right below us right now. Let's see what happens in a second. More fish. This is not a bad point. I tell people a fish is point off the beach. I'm right. No, they can't get it to the drop off. Good amount of fishing. I believe. Any ones with big appetites or big fish. 1.65 pounds is the biggest we've caught today. Which, if you roll back about 15 minutes, you'll find it. Uh, got two smaller ones after that on this 7.5 inch bait. And sort of circle around again. And hit that spot again around that Danger Rocks buoy. Go back over that area with this bait. Just try and get it to turn. That's kind of a short turn, so it's just sort of meandering, right? Starting to pick up a little bit of speed there. And we're back to it working the way it should. Of topwater fishing. Best. You almost forego all other fishing, but when topwater, when it gets 70 degrees, which almost at 70-degree water at 69.61 right now. And as this water warms up, fish just like, I mean, the warm water fish just love to come up. Those last two fish were almost the same size as the bait. See, I mean, as smart as largemouth are, sometimes they do stupid things. Okay, we're coming up to that buoy. We were sort of on the inside of it, so we're going to turn a little bit and go on the inside of it. Sometimes I feel a light hit. Dog swimming out to a ball. 7.5. There's a fish right there. Good size. I think he is intrigued by it. You have practice set up. That's some good vegetation right down here. This is a good fishing spot from the shore. Zigzag through this other. Good vegetation. We could break out the craw. Probably catch something over here. Nice to catch something bigger than a dink on that one. Come out here a little deeper. Not much deeper. Foot or two. Yeah, we wait for them. Well, I would definitely say that this new monster bait is well worth it. So now we're going to work the craw. Got 3 nice fish on here, 1 really nice fish. And boy, it's in there like that. And okay, good. And so now we're going to go back to the craw. And we're going to work this craw a bit. I saw some really good vegetation over here, and I don't think those folks are fishing that. They look like they're just enjoying the day with their dog and family. So I want to go back over here and work this craw through that vegetation. Right here is pretty good. It's about the end. Slow week. Work this. Decent depth. It was 7.5 feet. So this bait should dive about 6 feet on a steady retrieve. Let me get back over here. I just saw that spot, so it's just dang it. So I'm up on myself again. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to replace that front hook with a smaller hook. So this bait will have 2 hooks on it of different sizes. which you have to do every once in a while. And we'll see how it works. Just to get it to react better. Okay, good. You get still. Okay, now we switched over to the craw. This thing, you're going to reel really slow. Jerks, pause. Sometimes see if anything's chasing. You can get them to react to it. So over here, there's a lot of vegetation. Sort of loose grass down below. Oh, there it is. I think going with a smaller hook up front will. Shallower, 6 feet. But good vegetation. Mhm. Oh, I think that's just grass. Hormone. It's a pretty active force. So just remember. Danger rocks. Danger rocks. We can do it here. Well, I thought there'd be some more here, but they're not. I'm going to troll the big lure to the next spot. I don't understand people. Morning. Good, thank you. Girl, okay? Another seagull. Seagull canoe. New person coming up. They make really good canoes. Okay. Inflatable kayak. Seagull. Anything seagull makes it really. Kind of exciting. Biggest bait I've ever used. Already caught 3 fish on it. My biggest fish though, but fun. They're pretty much back to back. Okay, just passed over to see what happens. Weeks. Goodbye, baby. Couple pops on it, see if I can get somebody's attention. Thirteen feet of water. Ish. Couple small ones we passed over. Lazy day on the lake, huh? I'm wearing shorts. I hate my legs. Ever since I gotten fat, varicose veins on my right leg. Old nowadays. Yes, I'm getting old, but I don't want to look old. I want to feel old, but I am old. Ish. Old-ish. Ah, thought these seats would be more comfortable. Brand new seats. We're gonna just sort of put that in there. And what I did, I nuked a frozen burrito. Who doesn't like frozen burritos? Frozen burritos are the best. I mean, it's sort of like a taco or a Jack in the Box taco. We don't know what's in it, but we like them. We just get harder as they get colder. Go back to their original state. Yeah. Murphy's Law is when I eat something, I get a big one. There are big ones in this bay. I'll work it. You know, nobody knows what that is. Tastes good though. Tree meat is always the best. Like a Jack in the Box taco. Well, I don't know what's in it. Tastes good though. Come on. Something pop up and then hit. Great. I should eat half a burrito now, half a burrito later. I love frozen burrito, preferably not frozen. If I put a scent on that bait, it would help it. Oh, this looks like it's. Had to mark it on. Sure, it's a good looking bait. We're gonna break out the craw. All this vegetation, man. This I don't even know how to put this thing on my rod. The keeper bait is just so big. You know? Drifting a bit. I want to keep an eye on the spot. Bit of a bite. Phew. Oh, it's almost vertical. That's weird. That boat is like this. So weird. I mean, his stern is in the water. Mm-hmm. Weird. I don't think a boat's supposed to do that. That's just my opinion. Wouldn't want my boat's butt in the water. Oh, almost chasing it. Oh, another one. All right, come on, guys. Don't don't tease me. I mean, two of them right up to the boat. So reeling in a little faster. It's not diving. Must be caught up. So there it goes. Now it's diving. It's close to me. You got to retrieve real slow to get it to its dive, and then you can speed it up a little bit. I'm gonna put some scent on it. I want to see what makes a difference. I'm gonna put some scent on it. Weird, but what I'm gonna do. You know, some people are big into scents. I'm not, but once in a while, it works. But I don't think it works as often as people think it does. Okay. It's kind of tough on a hard bait, but it's much easier to put them on a soft bait. But this Vaseline-ish, this fire gel, does stay on longer than you think it does, even on a hard bait. So now it's stinking it up for my little craw. See if the combination. Gotta get back off our mark. There's my little lady. All right, let's get back over here to this patch. They weren't big fish that was chasing it, so there it is. There. See what happens. Saw a couple. They want it. They got it. Oh, come on. There's 3 of them, 4 of them looking at it. So the scent seems to help. The garlic, 4 of them huddled around it like they were talking about it. So should we? Shouldn't we? Going a little faster. Let's try to see if we can kick in an instinctive strike. Oop, there we go. There we go. We got one. We got one. Oh, we had one. Dang it. All right. It's all right. It's all right. A little faster, maybe. This bait is not a fast retreat bait. So ruined it. One a big one. Right along. There's the line. Right. Tell me, anybody there? Talk among yourselves because I can't read. Uh, how do fish smell? We're gonna head over to another area. Interesting. Beast in. We'll go on the other side of this spot and then roll this over the top of it and see what happens. Hoping a little extra padding would help my butt, and although I didn't expect, but a little extra height would help my knees. Kicking back. Saturday at Lake of the Woods, huh? Very busy. I'd be busier. 11 o'clock. Especially the weekend after 4th of July. Although technically last weekend was the 4th of July weekend, but 4th of July was in the middle of the week, so it could fall either way. You guys tell me when I see it jump. Just kicking back. I just want to take a nap out here, guys. Just want to take a nap. Oh, current on. So just do it too. Big difference sometimes in these numbers on a trolling motor. I wish another family member of mine would like to do this stuff. So I used to. Daughters don't. My wife doesn't. Taking back. Trolling a monster with flow. I have to have to throttle it between 2 and 3. Keep that up. It's got a little bit of head current. about frozen burritos. They call to you. Completely foreign looking. And what they call to you. Don't eat them. Boil. There's a good sized fish. Hit it. Ooh, garlicky bait. Wind. Put this on another rod. So I might catch one. Oh, that broke. That's not a casting line. Put it on this one. Stuff stays on. All right, we're back in business. Put it on the BFS.
There we go. Sometimes the waves can come right in.
There's an fish down below. See if he'll bite. 2 rods out of commission so far. I think I put 5 in there. I've been good. Trying 2 new baits that I painted. This big beast. He's caught 3 today, and they were great. No, bass. And then I'm working on this craw that I painted. Yeah, I'm always been a bass fisherman. But this, well, the biggest one today is 2 pounds. So, but he was a fun catch on that guy. It's a wake bait. It's a surface bait. So 7.5 inch. I just painted it. and found a school of them over there. I had all three were back-to-back hits, but two of them were sub 1 pounders. I was surprised they hit it. I mean, it's a big bait, so they were just about as big as that bait, but they hit it. I've only caught a dink with this guy, so we're giving it a shot over here at the smallmouths. We'll see if the smallies hit it.
I like your rig.
Thank you. Yeah, it's got everything. I even have a live well that I put in the water if I damage a fish and I can't release it. So it's a fun little boat.
Yeah.
I take it on rivers and ocean and just about everywhere. And in the winter, I just roll it up and put it in a box. I have a great fish finder on it. Oh, what else? Besides walking, what else do you need? Boats don't catch fish. People do.
There you go.
So yeah, this is a new bait I just painted, and it's a little multi-jointed craw. So he's a fun little bait. Like I said, he's only caught one today, but nothing of size. So and then this beast, that's my wake bait, and he did really good today.
Really?
Yeah, he did real good.
Well, they're hitting that.
Oh yeah, I've got big ones. Yeah, the largemouth are fantastic. So and we have 10 pounders in this lake. So yeah, so you can catch them. They're here. There's a picture of Lynn's up on the bulletin board. That was a 914 we caught last year. I put that picture up last year. That was fun. Yep. You too. There you I exaggerated. I said 2 pounds. 1.6 pounds. This wind is killing me. A little bit of a breeze here. It's messing up my bait. And that goop I put on it doesn't help. And I saw those 4 bass swim up to it, but it's messing up the action of it. tail that so the tail's got sort of dorsal tip. Really causes it to splash up. I think it's a big difference. But just a paddle tail. We dive down there. That's how we do it. We dive. We're out of here.